Morning everyone. So a big video today because I'm going to be completely honest about a number of things here. Now, like a lot of you guys watching this, I suppose, I've been a big supporter of Rupert Lowe. He's a man of integrity, he's certainly a man of bravery, he says all the right things, and yeah, I mean, for me, he would have been my number one choice to lead Reform, to take over from Nigel Farage, and would have offered us genuine reform, the reform that we need, not the reform that Nigel Farage and his team will ultimately deliver us. But if I'm honest, and this is a tough one because a lot of you might not like this, but if I'm honest, I'm a little bit disappointed in Rupert this week, as I'm a little bit disappointed in a few other people. Now, this is not going to go down very well in some cases. This is going to be a little bit controversial. But the bottom line is, whether you like it or not, it is the truth. And the truth is sometimes a little bit hard to come by in this movement. Now, let me explain. Now, probably the two men, politically at least, that we feel were best placed to serve us and to get the results that we need are Rupert Lowe and Ben Habib. I don't really think there was anyone else in the frame, in the picture, right? Rupert and Ben, the dream team, if you like. Now, over the last few days, we've had Rupert announce his new cultural people's movement, if you like, and we've had Ben launch his new political party, Advance UK. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what I'd been encouraging everyone to do. None of them have taken me up on it, and I get that, I respect it, I may have well been wrong. But my view to Rupert and to Ben all along was to try and take over Reform from within. With the cultural movement that we've already built, the United Kingdom movement, I believe there was enough people already in Reform that supports the United Kingdom movement to ultimately get Reform into a position of power and to take over from within, to remove Nigel Farage as leader, to replace him with either Ben or with Rupert. But people that know better than me, people with more brains than me, people that are certainly more educated than me, assured me that because of the way the party was set up, that would be impossible. Now, I still think that it would have been possible. Look, I've worked at Premier League football club, and I trust me when I tell you, when the supporters demand the resignation of the chairman or the manager, ultimately it comes to fruition. When you lose the dressing room, ultimately, doesn't matter how powerful you are, it doesn't matter what position you hold or how much money you've got, people power will ultimately get what it wants. I mean, Rupert Lowe knows all about this because he was the chairman of Southampton for a very long time. So if Rupert gets to see this, he'll know exactly what I mean. So I don't go along with the belief that Reform could never have been taken over from within. Preferably once they are in power. That's always been my belief, and everyone that knows me inside the world of politics will tell you that that has always been my aim and my thoughts. Get Reform into a position of power and then take over from within, because the vast majority of people that support Reform also support Rupert, also support Ben. But let's put that to one side. Let's park that idea for a moment and say that they were right and I was wrong, and that taking over Reform from within would have been impossible. Let's say they were right. What we've seen this week is our two front runners, Ben and Rupert, launched their own different things. They've gone their own ways. As I said, Ben with the political party, Rupert with a people's movement. Now, I watched Rupert on Mayor Tues's show a couple of days back. And here's why I'm a little bit disappointed in Rupert. Here's why I think he's just not getting this, and he's not as in touch with the people as people like to think, or maybe Rupert likes to think. First of all, and this is a very minor, and you've got to take this in the right way. I've approached Rupert on 3 or 4 occasions about coming onto the show. I know other YouTubers with bigger channels than mine that are perhaps a little bit less polished than people like Maya or the Black Belt Barrister, both great YouTubers, but not exactly what you would call strictly working class regular British people, right? These are people with educations, etc, etc. No response from Rupert, none at all. Okay, that's fine, no big deal. But then Rupert is telling everyone that we need like a cultural people's movement in the UK. No, Rupert, we've already got one. We already have one. We already have one with about 4 or 5 million people behind it. We already have the pledge with nearly 100,000 members that you haven't signed, that Ben Habib did. Are you in touch with the working class people, the ordinary people of this country, or are you not? Or is this about ego? And this is the problem with the right side of politics. It's all about bloody ego. And the only people that I've met, big people, when I say big people, I mean people with the biggest voices, the biggest personalities, the biggest followings, etc. The only people that I know in that position who are prepared to park their ego and work with people that they wouldn't necessarily want to go out on a Friday night and have a drink with are Ben and Tommy. Now, Tommy has a huge loyal following for a reason. Ben's following is growing rapidly for a very good reason. It seems to me that Rupert is not getting this. Rupert, we don't need another splintering people's movement. If you want to unite the kingdom, if you want to unite the people of Great Britain, be there on September the 13th. Stand side by side with the Unite the Kingdom movement. You don't need to spend more money, put more effort into a brand new movement at 30 quid a pop. For what? What's going to be different between what you're doing and what's already been done? What is going to make the change, Rupert? Rupert, I really respect you and I really like you, but I just don't think you're getting this. If you care as much about our country as I think you do, you should have stood shoulder to shoulder with Ben. Together, you would have been unstoppable. But the job is going to be so much more difficult with you two splintered. And it frustrates me so much. Look, on the other hand, you could say, do we really need another political party? Well, what else is going to deliver what we want? You can put as much pressure on governments, as much pressure on organisations as you want. Will it make a difference? We need a political party that is capable of winning seats, getting into Parliament and making a genuine difference. Now, Rupert said you have to be within the big house to make a difference, and to a degree he's right. But Rupert, the very people that you are attracting, trying to attract, do attract, whatever, we're already a part of a cultural movement. We're already there. We're miles ahead of you. So quite why you're not on the phone to Tommy or appearing on stage on the 13th of September, well, it beats me really. And this is where I'm going to dig out a few YouTubers as well. I'm not going to name any, but it's very easy on YouTube to go to social media, earn plenty of money, winding people up day in, day out, telling everyone what's wrong, telling them, you know, what should be happening and what shouldn't be taking place. All that is really, really simple. And as many of you will know, I've taken a bit of a sideward step. And this is the reason why, because talk is cheap. Actions are a little bit different. It's a lot harder to action something. Ben Habib is actioning. Ben Habib is doing what we need, what we want, what's required. And Ben is also, I believe, going to be standing shoulder to shoulder with good patriots on the 13th of September in central London. Ben is putting himself out there. Ben is putting himself on the line. Ben is prepared to interact with people who don't perhaps speak as well as he does, as eloquently as he does. Ben gets it. I've said all along from day one that Ben is our man. We have the cultural movement. We now have the political party. So where are the YouTubers who highlight the issues that we have in the United Kingdom every day of the week? Every single day of the week they're at it. 1, 2, 3, 4 videos a day. Where are they campaigning to get behind Ben? Where are the YouTube campaigns from all the so-called patriotic YouTubers appealing to everyone to join Advance UK and to try and deliver what we want? Where are they? Now, you could say, well, perhaps they don't believe in it, Paul. Perhaps they want to support Rupert. Well, let's do that then. Let's see them do that. Instead of making more videos, highlighting more issues and not resolving anything or giving us the answers to anything. And I'm not digging anyone out in particular. If the cap fits, they can wear it. I really don't give a monkeys. One of the reasons that I'm in Spain is that I got to the point of just giving up. I had my own people attacking me. You've got the other side who must be laughing all the way to the bank. They're laughing. 2 more new groups on the centre right. And people moan about splitting the vote. We're more splintered than ever. But as I said the other day in a video about Ben and Advance UK, here is our chance. If you're a gambling man, woman, or even if you're not a gambling man or a woman, are you prepared to gamble a tenner? Are you prepared to gamble £10 for the sake of potentially trying to save your country? Ben Habib's new Advance Party should have 100,000 members before the end of the weekend. And if they don't, that's the fault of everyone that's not doing what I'm doing right now. Calling everyone out and saying, if you really care about your country, if all the videos that you all make are genuine and you really care that much, have you joined Advance UK? Are you making videos in support of Ben Habib? Are you going to advise Rupert that actually, Rupert, we don't need another bloody cultural movement? We've already got one, and yours will never be bigger than the one that already exists. Or is it about egos? Is it about just about views? Like I said, this video might not go down well with some people, but it's the goddamn truth. I'm sick and tired of watching. This is why I've started making some videos that are not political, that are aimed at bringing you something a little bit more fun. Because there's only so much that one man can do. I can give you the message, I can tell you the truth, but only you guys can action it. How many of you watching this right now want to save your country but haven't gambled or committed that £10 to join Advance UK? The link's in the video description, by the way. How many of you have sent off 20 quid or 30 quid or whatever it is to join Rupert Lowe's new organisation? Probably a lot of you, probably quite a few of you. But with all due respect to Rupert, and by the way, I sent him 250 quid towards his R-Gang inquiry. So I'm a supporter of Rupert and his ethos and his ideas. But Rupert, if you're a man of the people, now's the time to show it. I want to see everyone joining Advance UK. The Ant Middletons, the Katie Hopkins. I want to see the Douglas Murray. I mean, Douglas Murray, one of the finest political commentators you'll ever find in your life. But with all due respect, Douglas, as educated as you are, and as brilliant your brain is, your mind is, you have a fantastic mind. Isn't the time for talking coming to an end? Join the party. All those people out there, all those different groups. There are so many different groups on the centre right out there. So many organisations, so many movements, so many parties. The time has come. Advance UK is our last chance. Now, it doesn't mean to say that you have to give up your movement. It doesn't mean to say that you have to give up your ideas. It doesn't mean to say that you have to change your mind on certain views. We don't have to agree on everything. But what we can agree on, and what we should all agree on, is that we're in this to save our goddamn country. And whether you like it or not, whether you agree with everything he says or not, Ben Habib's new Advanced Party is our best chance. And even if you don't agree with me, would you just gamble a tenner? Please. Would you just take the chance of £10 to join Advance UK? YouTubers, come on. Throw your hat in the ring. Yes, make your videos about what's happening wherever else in the world. Do your videos moaning and groaning about the state of the country. Make your videos that get 100,000 views or more on auditing hotels. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. We've all got to earn a living. I appreciate that, and the videos are great. But let's have a little bit of campaigning. Let's have a little bit of activism. Let's see some encouragement for your viewers to join Ben Habib and Advance UK. Because if you don't, we're all wasting our goddamn time. If the British people cannot unite behind the one man politically who has laid it all on the line, who has, not only has he talked the talk, he is now walking the walk. This man is capable of uniting everyone. But he's only capable of uniting people that want to be united, that genuinely want to win. He can't unite people who have their own agenda, thinking of their own pockets, and who are not really interested in winning back our country, but are more interested in their egos and their own futures. I've always been in this. I don't care who gets the credit for victory. Honestly, I don't care. I don't want any credit. I'm not interested. It doesn't bother me one bit. All I'm interested in is winning. Those that laugh last, laugh the longest, right? So it's up to you, each and every one of you watching this. Doesn't matter if you think I'm a pillock. It doesn't matter if you think I'm right, I'm wrong. It doesn't matter if you want to support Nigel Farage and reform. It doesn't matter if you want to support Rupert Lowe. What matters is that the man that's putting it all on the line for us, the man that is prepared to talk to the working class, the man that can build bridges between the middle class, the upper class, the working class, the man that can do it all is doing it for us. He's not doing it for himself, he's doing it for us. Back him now, or forever regret it in the future. That's my honest opinion. If you think I'm wrong, you're entitled to that, and I'll respect your opinion. But I think you'll find that time and history will prove me right. This is our last chance. The link's below to join Advance UK. Please do it. Sign up your wife, your kids, your friends. Let's get Ben and his Advance UK party to 100,000 members as quickly as we possibly can. If we lose Ben, we're done. We're finished. It's over. That's my honest opinion. And Rupert, come on. Wake up, smell the coffee. This is not about you, my friend. I believe you're a really good man. I believe you're a strong man. I believe that you could be potentially future Prime Minister material, but you need to get in touch with the people. We do not need another cultural movement. You need to join the one that we already have.